Hello, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Kilobyte, and today I'm with my co-host, Onyx.
Hello.
And today we have a very special episode covering a crossover event between Transformers and Magic the Gathering that comes out November 18, 2022, during their latest expansion called The Brothers' War. We're going to cover the cards' front and back stats, while explaining their guild colors and abilities. If you've never played Magic the Gathering, when these cards come out, we will have a video explaining how to play. Towards the end of this video, we will have some deck ideas, so if you are not new to Magic, you have a base concept to start your new Transformers Magic the Gathering decks.
Fantastic.
So now, let's start off with the first card, Onyx.
First card. Each card, Kilo, did you know, have two versions, a G1 style art and a shattered glass.
Ooh.
We'll cover both. We'll do the descriptions of the bot mode or robot mode in the G1 style, but then I'll tell you the description, or Kilo will tell you the description of the vehicle mode in the shattered glass style. Well, we're still figuring things out. How's that? But just dive right in. First up, we have Prowl, stoic strategist. Or strategist. Well, my words are bad today. So he is a white, or plains if you're not new to Magic. And he's a legendary artifact creature with the ability More Than Meets the Eye. This means you can pay 2 colorless and 1 white and cast him in his vehicle mode, rather than 3 colorless and 1 white in his bot mode. While he is in his robot mode, whenever Prowl attacks, exile up to 1 other target tap creature or vehicle. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. Whenever a player plays a card exiled with Prowl, you draw a card and convert Prowl. While in robot mode, he has 3 attack and 3 defense.
Nice, not bad for what he does.
Yeah, he's not really like a... I'm getting a vibe most of these characters and stuff, they want him to be commander cards. I see him more as a support.
Yeah, especially with the one plain color, right? He has the one white.
Right.
Usually for commander you kind of want to have multiple colors, that way you have more options.
Yeah.
But next up we have his Shattered Glass, which I really like the art style for the Shattered Glass.
The art is amazing.
Yes, nothing against the G1, but look
Classics,
at
man,
this
the
beauty. Look at this beauty. But we have Prowl Pursuit Vehicle. He is a legendary artifact vehicle, and he has Living Metal, which in Magic, Living Metal means as long as it is your turn, it counts as a vehicle and a creature. Whenever another creature or vehicle enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Prowl. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, convert Prowl. When Prowl is in vehicle mode, he's at 2/3. So the +1/+1 counters mean that his attack and his defense will go up by 1.
Right on it. So I'm getting a sense they really want them to... Sorry, can't use the word transform. Convert, back and forth. Because,
Yes.
Licensing.
Yes, but they are Transformers, and that's what they do.
Cybertronians.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not what the IDW comics say, okay?
The IDW comments can be right and wrong. Let's go to the next card.
Next up, we have...
Ratchet Field Medic. Another plains or white card for 2 colorless and 1 white. It is also a legendary artifact creature, and it also has the More Than Meets the Eye ability, doing the same thing as Prowl did. This one, however, has lifelink, so whatever damage it deals to another creature or player, you gain lives. And if you're not new to Magic, you know what that means. And if you're new to Magic, we'll explain that later. Whenever you gain life, you may convert Ratchet. When you do, return target artifact card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you gained this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. He is a 2/4.
Not bad. Pretty
Not
good
bad.
defense.
Yeah, another good support. Like, life gaining is not really like a concept that does a lot of damage. It just makes sure you stay alive.
Yeah, longer. And Commander format, it does take a while, so this might even make it last even longer.
Yeah, sometimes they'll make or break something, right? You have someone that hits 40 to everyone, exactly, and you gain 1 life, you survive.
You survive.
Yeah.
So let's check out Ratchet's alt mode.
The sinister one.
Yes, Ratchet Rescue Racer. He's a legendary artifact vehicle. He has Living Metal, just like Prowl. He has lifelink as well. Whenever 1 or more non-token artifacts you control are put into a graveyard from the battlefield, convert Ratchet. This ability triggers only once each turn. He turns into a 1/4, 1 attack, 4 defense. Not bad.
Not bad.
It says put into a graveyard,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter if it's yours or the opponent's. So that could come in handy.
Noticing Magic's trying to stop some combos because it says this ability triggers only once each turn, so they don't want you flipping too many times, huh?
That is true.
I see what they've learned after the last 40 years.
Those infinite combos still happen though.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find a way. I mean, if you kill him and then bring him back, that's a new instance, technically.
Yes, so you could, or you exile him.
Yeah,
He
that's
comes
true.
back. So
All right, let's see the next one.
next up we have
Jetfire, Ingenious Scientist. This is a blue one, or an island for those Magic people out there. He's 4 colorless, so 5 in total. Legendary artifact creature. Also has the more than meets the eye mechanic. Again, we see it costs 1 colorless less to cast it for its vehicle form. This one, however, has flying, which means it can only be blocked by those with flying or reach for those people who know what magic is and know what reach is. We'll explain all this in another video, but for the most part, we're going to go through the abilities. Remove 1 or more +1/+1 counters from among artifacts that you control. Target player adds that many colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. Convert Jetfire. He's a 3/4. So the theme with this one, I'm guessing, is mostly artifact spells.
yeah, and he is a tinker, so artifacts tend to be tools and tinker in the world of Magic. So I like the theming with all the characters like Ratchet heals and Jetfire has his own gadgets.
They're sticking to their personalities.
Yes.
I do like the G1 art on this one, though.
Yes, Jetfire is
Although,
a good design.
you do have a point, Killer. Shatterglass is way better on all of these. I'm sorry. Yeah. Except for one, and I'll point that out later.
Yes, we'll check the Jetfire Shatterglass version. It's Jetfire Air Guardian. He has living metal. He can also fly in his alt mode. But for 3 blue mana, you can convert Jetfire, then adapt 3. And we'll explain what adapt 3 does later in the future video.
Yeah.
But he's also a 3/4 in his vehicle mode.
Fantastic.
So, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
He's a little
Beautiful
spendy
art.
on the mana side, I think, because it's 5 and he's a 3/4 attack. But his abilities might pay off.
Yes, plus he is flying, so it gives you a little benefit there.
It gives you the height advantage.
He has the high ground.
He has the high ground, yeah.
Next up we have
Blitzwing, Cruel Tormentor. 5 colorless, 1 black. Now, again, another legendary artifact creature, also with the more than meets the eye ability. At the beginning of your end step, target opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. If no life is lost this way, convert Blitzwing. It's a 6/5, so 6 attack, 5 defense. Guessing the theme with this one is do damage to them before you attack them and before the end step, right? Because then it kind of does twice as much damage. it
yeah,
sounds like.
it adds up.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm happy to see Blitzwing.
Yeah, Blitzwing. I was not expecting Blitzwing.
I was not expecting Blitzwing at all either, but I am happily surprised because we get to see his Shattered Glass version, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, sorry for the art quality. I know it's not great because they're not officially out yet. These are just sneak peeks, so we get what we get.
Yes, we try our best to get you the content as quickly as possible. So we have Blitzwing Adaptive Assailant. Legendary artifact vehicle. He has living metal as well. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose flying or indestructible at random. Blitzwing gains that ability until the end of turn. Whenever Blitzwing deals combat damage to a player, convert it. And he's a 3/5 in alt mode.
So choose flying or indestructible at random. That's not really a choice, is it? It's just
No, you don't choose. Yeah, that's
at
true.
random.
At random. So
Yeah,
you,
no.
if you play this card, you'll probably have a coin.
Yeah.
And
Flip it, or you could just
A
dice,
dice.
odds or evens. Yeah.
Yes. So, but that's not choosing.
No, it's not choosing. It's not. Unless you weight the dice, and then that's cheating. Don't do that.
Yes, that don't. But next up we have
Starscream, Power Hungry. 3 colorless and a black. Legendary artifact creature with the more than meets the eye ability as well. Flying again. Whenever you draw a card, if you're the Monarch is a whole other thing in Magic. We'll explain it later in the video. Target opponent loses 2 life. Whenever 1 or more creature deals combat damage to you, convert Starscream with 2/3. Not bad.
not bad. He can also fly as well, and it's pretty cheap compared to Jetfire. That's pretty good. I do love this art just because Megatron in the background is like, I'm done with you, Starscream. I'm just walking away.
He's like, I don't even want to be here anymore.
Yes, I don't care what you're doing anymore. I'm done. But now let's look at his Shattered Glass card. And oh boy, it looks beautiful.
This one won't turn yellow though. Inside joke, Transformers.
I hope not. Starscream Secret Leader. Legendary artifact vehicle with living metal as well. Flying, menace, and haste. Whenever Starscream deals combat damage to a player, if there is no monarch, that player becomes the monarch. Whenever you become the monarch, convert Starscream for a 2/3 as well in attack and defense. Pretty good. He does have menace. He does have haste, so you can, as soon as you summon him, he can start attacking.
It's interesting that he gives the player he attacks the monarch. Because in most cases, the character or creature that you summon gives you the monarch at first, but then there's a condition that passes it around, right?
Yeah. Which could... I don't remember how the monarch works, so we'll skip this for now.
We'll come back to the monarch.
Yes.
Not bad.
For a 2/3...
There are ways to get flyers out for cheaper.
Yeah. And then his More Than Meets the Eye is also...
Yeah, that would be the way to go. Pay the More Than Meets the Eye cost. Get it to
you can attack the first turn as you summon him.
Haste means you can attack right away, yeah.
Yep.
Menace means they need at least 2 characters to block it, if they choose to block. Which, with Starscream, I don't know. I want to be the monarch. I guess he can pew-pew me. I don't like how I said that. Let's go. Next card.
So next up we have...
Slicer, Hired Muscle. 1 red, 4 colors. Now, of all those bots, I did not expect an Autobot version of Slicer. Or, sorry, what was this, an Armada version of Wheeljack? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Also, with the More Than Meets the Eye ability on its bot mode, it has double strike, which means you'll deal 3 damage first, and then another 3 damage. And it also has haste, so it can attack right away. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of Slicer. Also, he's a traitor. Until end of turn, if you do, untap Slicer and goad it. And it can't be sacrificed this turn. If you don't, convert it. It's a 3/4. Interesting. I don't know if I would choose this card, but it is definitely different.
I do like that they have, again, the backstory of the character's influence in the card. Because in the comics, we do see him become a traitor. And this is
in the Shattered Glass comics.
Yes, in the Shattered Glass, yes. And so this is what he's doing. And I like how the art for the card changes around between the Shattered Glass and this regular version for the G1. Like, we have this Armada version, and then now we're going to go to the Shattered Glass, and boom, different color scheme. It's like,
beautiful.
What happened? But still beautiful.
Looks like a different card, but it's really the same card, just alt art.
Yes. We have Slicer High Speed Antagonist. Legendary artifact vehicle, living metal. It has first strike, haste. Whenever Slicer deals combat damage to a player, converted at end of combat. Interesting.
It's a 3/4.
It's a 3. It's a 3/2.
3/2.
It's a 3/2, and it becomes a 3/4.
I don't know. It's, in my opinion, of playing Magic for over 10 years. This card's probably bottom
the weakest.
The weakest,
of them,
to be honest. Because we'll talk about decks ideas later. I don't think I put this one in any of the deck ideas.
I can see it be a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Yeah, double strike.
Traitor.
I do like he has the Decepticon insignia, so that's a nice touch there.
He's a Shattered Glass.
Well, Shattered Glass, he would be an Autobot, right? But he's a traitor.
He's a spy.
Yeah, so...
we'll just
we'll go next to...
RC Sharpshooter, which is 1 colorless, 1 red, 1 white. That's right. For all you non-magic folk, they can come in dual colors. But this is the one card in this set that does not have a Shattered Glass counterpart, and I am upset.
I am too.
We need a Shattered Glass version of RC because she is the only one that does not have a Shattered Glass alt art. Hashtag...
Shattered Glass RC now, please.
Yeah. Hashtag, come on. Alright, they also have the More Than Meets the Eye ability, First Strike, and they have pay 1 colorless, or any color really. That's what the colorless means. Remove 1 or more +1/+1 counters from RC. It deals that much damage to target creature. Convert RC. It's a 2/2.
It's not bad. It's not bad, because if you put enough counters on there, you'll do a lot of damage. just for paying 1.
Yeah, it's not bad if you have a lot of counters on it.
Yes.
Yeah, a counter deck, which is really good counters, not blue counter spells. Let's not do that. I have my own opinions against those. But in the red and white genre, there's a lot of counter cards out there that can put a lot of counters on her and just become a giant storm ball.
Yeah, that it'll be fun. I'm excited to play with these cards.
Me too.
But since we don't have a Shattered Glass, I will have to read
Citric.
this. Yes, that's a nice high jump there. But we have RC Acrobatic Coupe. She has Living Metal, and then whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more creatures or vehicles you control, put that many ++1 counters on RC. Convert RC. She's also a 2/2.
That's really
not bad.
good.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Paying for her more than meets the eye cost right away. Don't even worry about the bot mode. Go into alt mode first, and then do those spells because it says 1 or more, and put that many. So if you have a bunch of creatures out and you target all of them, RC's gonna go bop, 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 and then she's gonna flip, and you can pay 1 and just boom,
Just destroy something
just
that
destroy
turn.
something. Yeah, that could be a player.
Out.
You know, she is a killer in the comics.
She is, and I think she'll be pretty good. She would be pretty good in the Magic the Gathering deck community and everything like that.
I could see her being her own commander, not just a support. Like
Yeah.
she could lead a whole set. Commander, the Magic people know what we're talking about.
Yes,
We'll explain
yes.
later.
Commanders is just a different format in the Magic community. But next up we have
Blaster, Combat DJ. 3 colorless, 1 red, 1 green. Yes, green is in here. Legendary artifact creature, robot. Also has the more than meets the eye cost with significantly cheaper than the other ones. This one costs 2 less than its normal cost of 5. It's now 3. Other non-token artifact creatures and vehicles you control have modular 1. They enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on them. When they die, you may put their +1/+1 counter on target artifact creature. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on Blaster, convert it. It's a 3/3. So this will go really well if you are playing either an all artifact deck of green and red, or if you mix him in with another commander that has those colors with him, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it would work with RC since he puts counter?
Well, RC is red and white.
Yeah.
So you can't put
since
red
you
and
don't
white
have
with
white
red unless you have a commander that's red, white, green.
green. Okay.
Then
I
you
see.
could put both of them in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But next up, we have his Shattered Glass version, which looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
love
so
it.
good. Look at a sniper.
We have Blaster Moral Booster.
Mad beats.
Mad beats. He has modular 3, and then for X mana, you can tap him and move X +1/+1 counters from Blaster onto another target artifact. That artifact gains haste until end of turn. If Blaster has no +1/+1 counters on it, convert it. Activate only as a sorcery.
See, that's interesting.
That
Because if you have no count, he would be a 0/0. Wouldn't that kill him? Oh, I guess if he's. No,
he doesn't
he's
have attack in Almo.
He's a legendary artifact. He's not a creature.
Yeah, he's not a creature, so he wouldn't be able to attack. Yep. Ah, I didn't notice that.
Interesting.
That's
But the
cool.
modular 3 gives him 3 counters on it. He just can't attack or block. He's just a tool.
He's just holding it
Yeah.
for somebody else.
He's, yeah, not bad. That's
Not
actually
bad at
pretty
all.
good. I like that.
That is pretty good. And a sorcery for the non-magic players is a spell
Yeah,
that you can play only on your turn. It cannot be activated as a reaction on anybody's turn, right?
Yeah, sorcery just means it activate only as a sorcery. It's like it's only on your turn. Yeah.
So next up we have
Cyclonus, the Saboteur. 2 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black. Another legendary artifact creature with the more than meets the eye ability. This time, their more than meets the eye ability is more than their normal cost. It actually costs 3 more.
wow,
That's expensive.
that is expensive.
Yes, flying. Whenever Cyclonus deals combat damage to a player, it connives. Then, if Cyclonus' power is 5 or greater, convert it. To have a creature connive, draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. So, I think you'd do really well in the counter deck. Like, not counter spell deck. I mean, putting counters on him. I have my opinions with counter. I think I mentioned this before.
Yes,
I feel like I'm going in a loop, but he's a 2/5. Not bad.
Not bad. I can see this.
I wouldn't use the more MTG ability though.
No, that's
this one.
too expensive. We'll check the L mode here in a bit.
True.
But I do see him. Since he's blue and black, I do see him like good with a zombie deck of some
bring
kind.
back from the dead.
You bring them back from the dead and all that. So that's pretty cool. And now we go to Shattered Glass, which I love his color scheme because it reminds me of Rodimus, and they could not be any different.
No, it's the right color scheme. He's got the yellow wings and stuff like that. It's perfect.
Cyclonus Cybertronian Fighter. Legendary artifact vehicle with living metal, flying, and whenever Cyclonus deals combat damage to a player, convert it. If you do, there is an additional beginning phase after this phase. So you get, what, an extra turn?
No, beginning phase means anything at the beginning of your turn would go off again.
Would trigger. Oh, so you get double triggers. Nice.
You get double triggers.
And he's a 5/5. Not bad.
Not bad. No, because he costs 4. He's a 5/5. That's gains.
I do love the Shattered Glass long haul that he's carrying.
Yes.
I think the Constructicons look good in white.
Do you think that's a hint that we'll get more Shattered Glass cards in the future?
I hope. Or
Fingers crossed. Toys, yeah. That would be great. A little white Devastator.
That'd be cool.
The medical bot. The medical cons, as they call them. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one.
Interesting. Next up, we have...
Claymore, Brash Veteran. One of my favorite female Decepticons. But this one's a Decepticon, yes. One colorless, one black, one red. It has the more MTI cost, so that's one cheaper. Sacrifice another artifact. Put a +1/+1 counter on Claymore and convert it. Activate only as a sorcery. Pay one colorless, discard your hand, put all exiled cards you own with intel counters on them into your hand. It's a 3/2. Now, if you want to know what intel counters are, Kayla will be glad to tell you.
You got me there. I'm assuming there's the
explains on the
it does.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
We'll get there.
we'll get there.
But show us the really good art for this one.
Yes. Here we go. Oof.
Oh my goodness, look at her go.
I love it. I love it. Flame War Streetwise Operative. Legendary artifact vehicle, living metal, menace, death touch. Death touch means that whatever she hits will die, no matter if they had more defense or more attack than Flame War.
The only thing I'll stop that is first strike, double strike, or damage.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
It's too much, but whenever Flame War deals combat damage to a player, exile that many cards from the top of your library face down. Put an intel counter on each of them, convert Flame War. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
So she's kind of like, bam,
Spy.
bam, bam, bam. Here's some more cards.
Cool. So you're putting them like on layaway.
Yeah,
and then we're like, I'll get
as
them
long
back.
as she doesn't die. If she dies, you don't get them.
Oh, do they get discarded?
Yeah. Well, they just stay in exile.
Oh, yep. You never get them back. That's true. And she's a 2/1 in all mode.
That's
for a 3-costing card, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Decent.
Pay 2 and you get the 2/1. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. So next up we have
Goldbug, humanity's ally. 1 white, 1 blue, and 1 colorless. I did not say that in order. More than MTI. White blue. So he's cheaper in this ability. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking humans you control. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, convert Goldbug. It's a 3/3. That's pretty good. 3/4, 3/3, and your humans are pretty much indestructible unless there's a spell. I could see this human tribal deck. Tokens of humans.
And that's the thing is humanity's ally, but I don't think he was anybody's ally in the Shattered Glass comics. So
well, this is the good guy version.
Oh, this is the good guy. Oh,
yeah.
Am I getting ahead of?
You're getting ahead of
myself?
yourself.
Okay,
He's so excited about the Shattered Glass. I don't know if you can tell.
I love the art, man. It's okay. So go back. Scrappy Scout. Legendary artifact vehicle, living metal as well. Human spells you control can't be countered.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Human tribal?
Human tribal. Whenever Goldbug and at least one human attack, draw a card and convert Goldbug for a 1/3. Not bad.
It's not bad. His other mold I think is better, but this gives you draw power if you need it.
And it protects your card when you're summoning them, so that's pretty good.
So flip back and forth, flip back and forth.
Yeah. Beautiful art, though.
Amazing, amazing art.
Next up, we have...
Megatron Tyrant. I know you've been waiting for Megatron Optimus. We'll get there. Megatron Tyrant is 3 colors, 1 red, 1 white, and 1 black. Yes, he is 3 different colors. Legendary artifact creature. More than meets the eye of 1 colorless, red, white, and black. So he's actually two cheaper. Your opponents can't cast spells during combat. That's actually pretty handy. You can shut down a lot of things.
That's so good.
At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, wow, there's so many phases. You may convert Megatron. If you do, add 1 colorless mana for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. It's a 7/5.
Oof.
It's not bad. Not bad.
If you do a burn deck where you just
Burn deck,
keep hitting your opponents with spells and
aggro.
Yeah.
Like as many creatures as you can that attack as soon as they can, because they're
with haste. Yeah.
they can't cast spells during your combat.
Yep.
They would have to do it during your post.
Yeah. If only if it was green, you could have big creatures on the battlefield.
That'd be OP then. Well, that'll be later.
Yes.
OP's later.
Let's check. Let's check the beautiful art of Shattered Glass. I'm sorry. It's just this broken glass detailing. So good. Megatron Destructive Force. Legendary artifact vehicle with living metal. Whenever Megatron attacks, you may sacrifice another artifact. When you do, Megatron deals damage equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value to target creature. If it exceeds damage, if excess damage would be dealt to that creature this way, instead of that damage... Oh boy, this is... if excess damage would be dealt to that creature this way, instead, that damage is dealt to that creature's controller, and you convert Megatron for a 4/5.
Boom.
That reminds me of a card in the Transformers TCG, which was Grimlock.
Yeah, Grimlock. Bring back Transformers TCG.
Please.
Anyway, so he's black, which means you can discard things into the graveyard, and there's cheap ways to get large creatures or artifacts out of the graveyard, and then you sacrifice them, and then just get like a little combo going.
Yeah, the black cards in Magic tend to be all about like zombies and bringing back the undead, so that's pretty powerful.
Should we go to the next one?
We shall. And I think everybody's going to be excited.
Yeah. OP, literally, Optimus Prime, Autobot Leader, Legendary Artifact Vehicle. I had these swapped. My bad.
It's fine.
I broke the pattern. It's 3 colorless, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white. It's more than meets the eye cost is 1 cheaper. At the beginning of each end step, bolster 1. Choose a creature with the least toughness. Toughness is the second number on the bottom right corner. And creatures you control, and put a +1/+1 counter on it. When Optimus Prime dies, return it to the battlefield converted under its owner's control. It's a 4/8. That is ridiculous.
It cannot get it back for free.
The only way to get rid of this is exile.
Really?
So anyone playing against this deck, bring your exile.
But if he dies in an up mode, does he still come back?
No, he'll die.
Then we gotta make sure we get him in.
Well, if he's a commander in your exile, you can technically put back in the commander zone.
But that's for later. That's for later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shows the nice.
For a 4/8, decent defense.
Really good
it
defense.
can come back.
Yeah.
I guess. Let's see how difficult it is to turn him back into a robot. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to the beautiful Shattered Glass art.
I fixed the pattern.
Optimus Prime, Autobot Leader. Legendary artifact vehicle, living metal, trample. Whenever you attack, bolster 2. The chosen creature gains trample until the end of turn. When that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, convert Optimus Prime.
Nice.
6/8.
So that's not bad, converting back and forth, because it doesn't have to be Optimus that deals the damage.
That is true. It just has to be the creature you bolster, right?
Yeah. And with blue and white, you can give that creature either, protection from the other player's colors, so it can't be blocked. Or with blue, there's a spell that makes them unblockable, right? Sometimes?
Yes.
And just right through.
Yep, or if they have a flyer, you know.
Yeah, OP. Yeah, OP, as I said. Did I say OP?
I thought he was going to be green.
You thought he was
but
going to be green?
he doesn't have the green. Because green is like big creatures, right?
When
so you probably...
are trucks ever green for the environment?
You know, that's not what I meant. But, okay. Moving along.
Soundwave Sonic Spy. 1 colorless, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black. and it's more than meets AI cost. It's actually one more than its original cost. Whenever one or more creature tokens you control deal combat damage to a player, exile target instance or sorcery card with converted mana cost equal to the damage dealt from their graveyard. Copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. If you do, convert Soundwave. It's a 5/4.
That's that's a lot of abilities in one little box.
Oh, I need a breath there. I want the whole thing, didn't I?
Yes.
Not bad. You definitely want a token deck.
Yes.
And
especially with the special tokens he comes with, right?
Yeah. If he was green, that'd be really easy because white and green have a lot of token things. But I guess white and black have a lot of like
zombies,
lifelink, death touch
angels,
tokens. Yeah. The blue in there, you can counter things. In
Yeah,
the
you can
actual
protect.
counter
You,
sense.
you can protect the tokens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's check his Shattered Glass. Ah, so good.
Look at him go.
Soundwave Superior Captain. Legendary artifact, just like Blaster. He's not a creature.
I'm sensing a theme.
Whenever you cast a spell with an odd mana value, convert Soundwave. If you do, create Ravage, a legendary 3/3 black robot artifact creature token with menace and death touch.
Nice.
Nice. Whenever you cast a spell with an even mana value, convert Soundwave. If you do, create Laserbeak, a legendary 2/2 blue robot artifact creature token with flying and hexproof. Nice. You get free tokens.
Yeah, nice. Well, you gotta have them if you have sound. I'm surprised Blaster didn't have any.
Poor Blaster.
Yeah, he gets no friends.
No.
But wonder what those tokens look like. Kilo.
Good thing you asked, because bam, there they are.
Yeah, I'll do
I like
one.
'em.
Laserbeak. Token legendary artifact, which means you can only have one of them out. It's a robot, flying, hexproof, 2/2. Nice.
Not bad.
He's playing basketball.
He's playing. Oh, sorry. He's playing basketball.
Kill bite. You dropped your drink.
I'm sorry. I got excited. I'll pick it up here in a little bit. Next up, we have Ravage, a token legendary artifact creature, robot, black, menace, death touch, 3/3, and he's also playing basketball. Do we get Shattered Glass version of him?
No, these are the only versions we get.
No,
I guess you can do
come on.
custom versions if you want. Because
Yeah.
tokens are always like, you can have whatever you want with your token as long as you and the opponent know what it does.
Yeah,
So
I see. Oh man.
find your local artist.
Yes.
What's
And
next?
What is next, indeed?
Ultra Magnus Tactician. 4 colorless, 1 red, 1 green, 1 white. It's more than meets the eye cost is 2 cheaper. Ward 2. So ward means you can counter any spell that targets this player, but if the opponent pays 2, it goes through. So it makes their spells cost more. Whenever Ultra Magnus attacks, you may put an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. If you do, convert Ultra Magnus at the end of combat. That's pretty good. 7/7.
Lucky number 7.
Oh, he's 15/15, so this is our last card to review.
Is it our last card?
Yeah,
Oh man.
But-
I hope they bring back more.
Yeah, I hope they bring more. Hashtag Transformers Magic crossover.
Just give us a full set of just Transformers cards, and then you can call it the Transformers CGG and bring it back to life, right?
I'll empty out my wallet. All the Shaniks, whatever you need.
Yes, please. But not bad, not bad. The value is a little bit high, but let's see what his alt mode does. What his alt mode.
You've been drinking too much, haven't you?
That NGX really hit me. Let's see what his alt mode does, and maybe the cheaper cost will help you get him out quicker. And with beautiful Shattered Glass, I love
fantastic.
that bot mode and Shattered Glass, like that swing. Oh, looks so
Killer.
good.
That looks like the bot I made you.
Yes, it does.
Crazy.
I like it. Now I get to have a card next to it.
Yeah, self pat on back. Good job. Good job, Onyx.
Ultra Magnus Armored Carrier. Legendary artifact vehicle, living metal as well, with haste, formidable. Whenever Ultra Magnus attacks, attacking creatures you control gain indestructible until the end of turn.
Wow.
Pretty good. If those creatures have a total power of 8 or greater, convert Ultra Magnus, and he's a 4/7.
So getting the vehicle out first for this one is pretty good. And he can attack right away.
He can, and then everybody gets indestructible, so they cannot die. It's a pretty safe turn overall.
Well, except for Ultra Magnus, right?
attacking creatures you
Oh,
control. No, because he's attacking as well, so that includes him.
Wow. And then
It's whenever he attacks and he has haste, so
Yeah.
everybody gets indestructible.
Nice. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Since
And
I
with
think
that,
there's 4 good commander ones, at least in my opinion.
and it's a 4-player format.
Yeah, let's talk about those cards right now.
Yes.
So first up, one of my first ideas that popped in our heads, and then I back and forth with Kilo, was Optimus as your main commander. Now, if you want to play with multiple Transformers cards from this crossover event, we're gonna go over those. So the ones that kind of jive well with their abilities are good. What's the word I'm looking for?
Synergy?
Synergy, yeah. So with Optimus Prime Hero, the first one that comes to mind is Goldbug, obviously, because you have to have Goldbug with it. It doesn't have to be the Shadow Class version. It's just the nicer art. That's what we're doing.
Nothing against the G1 art. It's just,
so you have Optimus that can't die and bolsters his friends around. He makes them bigger. And then you have Human Tribal with Goldbug.
you have an army of humans.
Army of humans, and they can slowly get bigger and bigger while Optimus cannot die. But who's next? Kilo?
Who's next? We have RC. Again, counters, converting those counters and just doing that much damage.
Yep.
You grow the army. I think Optimus, by bolstering them, makes them more powerful, and that's
and
it's pretty good.
Ult mode is when you target more than one creature, she gets that many counters, and if you have a lot of tokens, and then you cast like something that says target each creature gets a +1 counter, or they're all again indestructible, makes RC huge.
Yes, it just like snowballs down as a big effect.
Again, we need a Shadow Glass version of RC.
Yes, please. Hashtag make RC Shadow Glass.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Ratchet, Field Medic.
Yeah.
Ratchet heals you, or you gain life because you have life link, but it also can help you stay a little bit longer while you prepare your army and kind of attack your opponent. So it's pretty good, keeping you in the game for a little bit longer if you need to get some cards.
A lot of white cards, when another card enters the battlefield, either on your side or any other side, you gain a life, and that triggers Ratchet's ability. Whenever you gain life, you may convert Ratchet. When you do, return target artifact card with mana. The synergy's there.
Yes, it's pretty good. And it's always good to bring back some stuff that you've either lost or had used or had to sacrifice before.
Increase your hand size as much as you can. I know you can only have a max of 7 cards in your hand, right? But having access to your graveyard as well as your deck and your hand is very good.
It's like you've never lost them.
Yeah.
So. Next
and
up.
of course, Prowl.
And of course, Prowl. That's it. Just Prowl.
You want to explain the synergy here?
Wow. Sorry. Whenever Prowl attacks an exile up to one other target tapped creature or vehicle for as long as that card remains exiled, you may play it. You get cards from your opponents for free, and then you get to choose when to play them. It'll just increase your power.
Yeah.
Just like now you have the access of your deck, your graveyard, and then your opponent's cards.
Yeah. Magic is all about either having the resources to do the things you want, or having the opportunity to draw and get to those resources. And
as quickly as possible.
These 5 cards have good synergy with that. They have the attack power, they have the draw power, they have the access to everything you need.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, Optimus Prime is probably the best and cheapest way to use things, because there's a lot of cards out there that can synergize outside of the Transformers theme stuff with these 5 cards.
And when Optimus dies, he just comes back.
Comes back.
It's not fair.
That's not how the movie works.
No. We had to wait until, a little bit while later.
And then he was a zombie and it traumatized kids even further. Anyway.
It's too much. That's why... Oh, no. Never mind. I was going to do a joke. I was going to do the black card joke, but it doesn't have the zombie card. Okay.
Who's our next pick?
Megatron. Why not?
You want to explain this card?
So Megatron, your opponents cannot cast spells during your combat. You just build an army, kind of like Optimus, but then now they're all protected, at least during combat. And you can just do major damage to your opponents. Yeah. And the first one is going to be RC.
Obviously, for obvious reasons. Build large and make them huge fast. Like, you want to target each one, make them big, and attack as quickly as you can for your combat. You want haste, you want first strike, you want to do anything that makes you have an army.
Yes, the biggest army possible.
Yeah, because your opponents are going to have less things they can do during your combat phase because of Megatron.
Yep. So he's like the primary threat right there. Yeah. So next up we have Blitzwing. And then at the beginning of your end step, target opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. So just with RC alone, if you get her big enough and you hit them for 8, they will lose another 8 at the end of the turn. If that, if that's all you did.
Yeah.
But if you attack with other creatures, let's say you hit them with 5 creatures and you did a total of 12, and then at the end of the turn, then you get a free 8 just because RC hit them. So, why not?
Yeah, Blitzwing is really well implemented with RC, and the only way you can put these two together is if you have Megatron as your commander.
Yes, because he does have the white, the red, and the black colors.
And of course, Ratchet.
Healing is always good, and especially in the planes, in the white decks. And with an army, you want to make sure your character stays, your army's on the battlefield getting healed, but you also want to make sure you recover. As you're being a little bit more aggressive, you might be a little bit more vulnerable if your creatures start dying very quickly, so you want to make sure you have that life.
And you're playing white and black, and there's a lot of enchantments out there that allow you, whenever you gain life, opponent loses life, and then there's another one that says whenever opponent loses life, you gain life. So you see that infinite combo right there.
Just with Blitzwing alone.
With Blitzwing, that's going to do twice as much. I mean, that's infinite. That will just kill them. But if it doesn't, and there's someone that's like, hey, I'm going to stop this now, you've already done some damage before they stopped it, right?
Yep.
Unless,
they'll still take, it's so good. And Prowl.
Yeah, obviously.
Prowl, you exile them, you use their cards. It's always, it's a good card to have if you have white, because you just get free cards from your opponents.
Increase your hand size when possible.
His card advantage is always good.
Yep. Starscream, because, Megatron, Starscream, it just makes sense, right? They have to go together. Now, this allows you to, when you draw a card, your opponent loses to life, which works well with Blitzwing as well. And then, you can convert him back and forth. And
it just snowballs from there. Really, it's just like, you just stack up damage so fast that you'll just take them on a few turns, really.
So our next pick.
Ultra Magnus.
Explain.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Ultra Magnus, when it attacks creatures from your hand, you put artifact creatures from your hand to the battlefield, you tap them, and they're also attacking. So you get an extra creature. You get a big creature for free when you're attacking onto the battlefield, as long as it's an artifact. Yeah. And so you get now 2 creatures attacking you when you thought you only had 1.
Yeah, he cheaps things out, like literally for free. That's pretty good, tapped and attacking. So you can play, and he's playing red and green, and there's a lot of big things that are
dragons, Hydross.
Oh, yeah, dragons! It's such a good one. Just imagine Ultra Magnus riding a dragon. Synergy, RC, obviously. Just, you have to. RC's an
almost a must-have. And as long as the colors are there, it's pretty good to have. Just RC, free damage, really, if you just get her high enough. Mm-hmm. We've covered her enough already.
I know, really.
Prowl, again.
Reason. Expand your hand options. Yep. If the artifact dies, you have to exile and stuff like that.
Finally, we have Blaster.
Yeah, because your other non-token artifact creatures. So when you bring another guy in for free, they get modular, and they get bigger, and then
And they're also attacking. Yeah. So maybe they're, say you put a Hydra, and the Hydra's 8/8, and now they're 9/9, and like, whoa, that's a big jump.
Yep.
And you already have a Ultra Magnus that it's a 7/7
artifact creature Hydra. I don't know if there's any artifact Hydra.
That's true.
There might be one.
There might. Just as long as an artifact. Yeah. I was just trying to hype it up a little, but
pretty good. You can also play. I think in Magic, there's literally a spell to do everything to break the rules. So you can have like something that says everything's an artifact.
Well, that is true. They are the shapeshifters. I think you can say they're an artifact creature and all that. So you can do that. And Soundwave.
Soundwave is the last pick, I think.
Care to explain?
Yeah, so whenever one or more creature tokens you control deal combat damage to a player, exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value equal to the damage dealt from their graveyard. Copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost if you do convert Soundwave. So this one's about making an army.
I feel like they've all been about making it up.
Well, yes and no. Some are more towards the army side, and some are more towards like the life gain, life loss, and some are more like, I can't die, and I'm gonna hit you with some really big trucks.
Yeah.
But this one has blue, so you can do some more counter spells. So you run up against a truck, counter.
Yes.
Best way to get rid of Optimus. At this point.
Just flip him back to the hand.
So Soundwave has a lot of good cards that can synergize. Now it depends which way you want to go. You could technically involve all of these cards, but it's like if you want to go for a more aggro approach, if you want to go for a more spell approach, when you read the cards, they'll make more sense.
Yeah, sometimes trying to go for everything at once might not really work out because then your cards won't synergize that
then
way.
you're more
Like
split.
they synergize, but then you're too split, and so when you're drawing, it'll just not really be working out all the time.
Yeah.
But we have Starscream. Gain 2 life. You lose the life, you get the Monarch, and flying 2/3.
Yeah.
Combat damage, you just convert. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Goldbug. You can do humans. Again, it's
Another human army.
another human army. I mean, if you have Goldbug, you kind of need a human army,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that would be the only point in having a gold bug, just to have humans in the army. Yes.
Yep. Cyclonus.
Cyclonus. Wow. So whenever Cyclonus deals combat damage to a player, it connives. Then if Cyclonus' power is 5 or greater, you convert it. He's pretty good, and especially his alt mode. I think will come in handy in this
His
one.
alt mode, definitely.
Would be the good options for this. So you probably want to do the more than meets the. Probably not. It's pretty pricey. It's pretty pricey, yeah. So you probably just want to attack and kind of do the.
I mean, if you have white, you probably have some cards in there that can put plus and plus some counters on it to get him to the 5 or greater power faster. I mean, you need 3 turns essentially of dealing damage to a player, which is kind of hard to keep a creature alive for more than 3 turns that you know is a threat, because everyone's going to try to kill it. So you kind of want to do it turn 1 or 2.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
As quickly as possible.
Yeah. And these are kind of like the other ideas. You can include Ratchet in these other 4 cards, but like you can also lean more towards the Ratchet kind of thing, or
with
more
the healing and all that.
Yep. And we've already explained why you have Ratchet, so we can move on to the next card. Prowl, obvious reasons.
Cards.
Yeah.
Advantage, hand. And I think that's all.
That was all.
That is all.
Yep.
Oh,
nope.
There was one more.
I take it all back. Jetfire.
It was hidden. It was. Yep, I lied. It was Jetfire. Yep, because you can remove 1 or more +1 counters from an artifact you control. The target player, you can add that mana. Ramping is pretty good in Magic because the more mana you have, the more spells you can play, the more creatures you can play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always good to have, especially for a blue deck that plays a lot of spells. You just want to make sure you have your opponents like counter their creatures. That way they don't. You can't summon them. You can do damage with those spells or remove creatures. So that's always good.
Yeah. Blitzwing? Losing life?
Again, yep. Just free life, and then you gain life with Ratchet. So it's like pretty good. It's always good as long as if you don't have to attack your opponents and you take life for free, that's always good.
Yeah, if you're stalling, then I would recommend doing Ratchet and Blitz. Stalling is probably the appropriate word blue players would like.
Yeah.
Blue players would like to just call it strategy, but I call it stalling. So, I mean, if you use Ratchet and Blitz when you're gaining life, they're losing life, and you use the blue side of your deck to counter every spell, that would be the way to go here.
Yep.
I do think that's the last one. So, there are other possibilities. You can use a commander that only has 1 color. You can use a commander that only has 2 colors. But these are the ones that allow you to use the most of the set that's coming out of the Transformers themed cards.
Yes. Commander's deck are 100-card decks.
Mm-hmm.
So having all these characters is just so like you can have a Transformers team and kind of have most of the cards. You will still have to fill it out with some more of the Magic cards that won't necessarily be Transformers, but you get most of the Transformers characters in your deck with these options, which is always fun.
I do think they want us to do in Commander set. You could see these in Standard or Modern, but because they're Legendary rule, you can only have 1 of these cards out at any point in time. Sure, you'll see them more often, and I'm sure that would be fun to play with the Modern Standard, but it seems to me they want you to play
Commander.
Yeah, because they're all Legendaries.
Yeah.
They want you to play them. And like I said, you can do any other combination with these. These are just like the general idea. But
well, hopefully, they'll do another set and we can get more characters and more synergy going, more ideas there. And I could see some of these being played in Standard Magic, like RC. Probably one.
RC, obviously.
Prowl or Goldbug would be the other 2 options.
Goldbug for sure.
Just because Goldbug, you can have just humans, and then just having Goldbug there will bolster your team. NRC just free damage by just bolstering one character is pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but listeners, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video.
Yeah, quick 52-minute video.
But we will be covering this crossover once it comes out, and we'll be doing some videos of us playing with these cards, so you can all see them in action and kind of get an idea how it goes. And we'll do that tutorial video for Magic if you're new to the Magic TCG, and we hope to see you all enjoying these cards when they come out.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Yeah, which one's your favorite?
If you made it to this part of the end of the video.
Yeah, which one would you like to get from the packs? And
all of them.
Yeah. That's true. But which one would you want to be like the first one you get from the pack?
All of them. I want to open a pack and have all of them in there. That would be... There's nothing better than that feeling. Boom.
I don't think that's how it works.
I could die happy.
I want to see Blitzwing. I think because the colors for Blitzwing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Claymore. RC. I want to see RC Shattered Glass. You know what?
Yes, but okay. Well, before we keep stalling here, I hope you've all enjoyed this.
Strategies, the new players would say.
I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and as always, stay safe out there, and till all are one.
Till all are one.